Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Landry, and welcome back to the Massholes with Mike's podcast. I'm Jordan Landry, like I said already. I'm joined, as always, by Jacqueline Galvin and Jeremy Guerin. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to talk about some sports.
Yeah,
Jeremy, how are you doing, bro?
I got my last hat in that I was expecting, so I'm rocking the California Angels tonight.
Nice. I'm rocking the Brewers hat because this is
I'm rocking my hair.
we stand the Brewers while the Red Sox suck. So, boom.
No, the Red Sox suck. Like, I don't even want to talk about them. They just suck. And it's so annoying.
To make fun of them.
We can make fun of them in a little bit, but the big thing that's been going on lately has been the NBA free agency, which has been absolutely wild. It was mostly on night one, but there's still some signings that are coming out over the last couple of days. I guess we could start with the big thing, or at least when it comes to the Celtics, and that is the sign and trades that sent Kyrie Irving to Brooklyn, Kemba Walker to Boston, and Terry Rozier to the Charlotte Hornets.
Dude, send those two bums away from my city. I do not want to see them ever again.
Say it with me. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Hey.
Goodbye.
See you later, suckers.
Oh, thank God they're gone. And I do feel bad though because I actually didn't read this article today. I saw like a headline on Twitter. It was like the Kyrie Irving bashing has got to stop. It's gone too far or whatever. And I do feel bad in that sense that he has really like the Boston media hates him with good reason too, because he has a mouth. But at the same time, like, I don't know. In that sense, I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you did nothing for the city of Boston. Please get out of my sight.
I guess. I don't know.
Right with you. People will look back on this era and they'll be like, oh, what happened? It was a failure. That's what it was. It was an abject failure. They should have won at least one. They should have.
They should have won this year. This year was the year. Well, they should have won last year, but then everyone knows what happened. But this year was like the comeback year, and they should have won.
Yeah, I mean, they were a Kyrie Irving away from going to the NBA Finals last year. And then this year, that proved to not be the case because they got not only a Kyrie Irving back, but they also got a Gordon Hayward back. And neither of them, I mean, Kyrie statistically was fine. Like, his numbers during the regular season weren't the issue. It was everything behind the scenes and sometimes even on the court with just his attitude that really just kind of fucked things over for the Celtics. And the same thing could be said for Terry Rozier to a lesser extent, only because he didn't have as much of a role on the team. But just getting rid of those two, and then adding Kemba Walker, who he averaged like 20, I think it was 24 points a game. He was like pretty much on par with Kyrie from a number standpoint. Yeah, he was pretty much he was on par with Kyrie statistically last season, and we're talking about a dude who played with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for 8 years. Like, it's not like my only real concern with regards to Kemba is he the product of being the best player on a dog shit team. We don't know that. I mean, I don't think that'll be the case, but that's my one concern. But like I said, I don't think that's going to be the issue.
No, I feel like it'll work out in our favor. Can we be biased on the show? I feel like we can be biased on the show.
Yeah.
We've been biased on the show.
It's fine.
Don't be a fan, Jack.
Sorry. I should have also, from our name, Massholes with Mike, should have figured we could be biased. And I feel like we already have been biased. I just forget. But
it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident because all we do is talk Boston sports.
That's true.
So, yeah, we can be biased.
I forget what I was going to say, though.
It was something about this. It was something about the Kemba deal working out in the.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it'll work out because it's kind of like we're still getting Kyrie, but without him thinking that he's like Socrates or something. Like
Socrates burrito.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Kyrie Irving. I have deep thoughts about government and planets and scientific laws. When really I'm just a shallow douchebag who thinks I know more than I do. That's all Kyrie Irving was. That's all Kyrie Irving will ever be. And it'll be fun to watch him and Kevin Durant be the most passive-aggressive team in the history of the NBA in a city with as rabid a media base as New York.
Yeah. And we didn't even touch on that yet, but Kevin Durant signed a max contract with the Brooklyn Nets as well.
That
was a part of a sign and
spoiled
trade
for
too.
everyone.
That was a sign and trade as well, though, because D'Angelo Russell went to Golden State, which apparently he won't be there for very long. According to Mark Stein, he said that he thinks not that he thinks, but sources say D'Angelo Russell was only traded to them because they didn't want to get no compensation for Kevin Durant. They don't expect D'Angelo Russell to play in Golden State next year.
That's good.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense because you think he's going to be fine with becoming a bench player behind Steph Curry or, hell, sharing the same floor as Steph Curry? Probably not.
Well, see, I wasn't even thinking that. Like, think of D'Angelo Russell on the Warriors, though. That just sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
Think about that. Like, where's he going to fit? He doesn't fit. It's weird.
He's a ball dominant point guard, which the Warriors wouldn't be very good with because they basically are dependent on their ball movement, and then he's not good enough to play off the ball. So yeah, he wouldn't have a place in Golden State.
I think he goes to Minnesota.
Probably a team like that. Yeah, it would make sense, or maybe like Memphis. Or no, they have John now, so probably not him. Probably not Memphis, but like a team like that, probably. But yeah, Durant and Kyrie joined forces. That's something that was been pretty much predicted since January. So that there's no shock there. A lot of people thought it was going to be the Knicks, who I honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun to talk. We're going to have to talk about the Knicks at some point.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next like hour or so, because
I just thought it was so funny when Stephen A. Smith like did his whole Twitter rant and it was like, I just finished crying. The New York Knicks. I didn't think you'd do it, but you did it.
They do it every year too. I just love reading the comments under every tweet related to the Knicks. And the biggest like Knicks move was they think they're the favorites to land Kevin Durant. And then the next tweet was like the Knicks furiously working on sign and trade deal for Warriors Quinn Cook. Whoa, that's a huge far cry from Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
We thank God the Knicks are a team. Thank God. Their lineup is absolute. It's just terrible. Their two best players are Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. That's sad.
And I kind of feel bad because Julius Randle doesn't deserve to get vilified the way he has been.
He's a good player.
The fact that he's don't worry, guys. We got Kyrie. We got KD coming. We traded Kristaps Porzingis for a reason. We're gonna get Kyrie first, and then KD second. We're gonna go and take the NBA by storm. And by the way, we're gonna go get Anthony Davis because we're gonna get the number 1 pick and get Zion Williamson. And they end up with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. That was even worse than Pat predicted. He said RJ Barrett and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that is even worse.
Oh God!
And speaking of Jimmy Butler, he's now in Miami.
That was a random spot.
Oh my Lord! Why? Exactly. You're exactly right. Why in the world? Why Miami? Yeah, I get it. You can party there, but you can also party there when you go there as a member of the Knicks or the Sixers. Like, I'm pretty sure you visit the Heat 4 times every year if you're in the Eastern Conference. I don't really know how the divisions work.
Twice in Miami.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll be down there 2 nights a year. Maybe there's going to be like days in between. You can do it even more. Like, what was the pull there? He couldn't wait to play with Goran Dragic and like Hassan Whiteside when he shipped out. Like, I'm sure Jimmy Butler's heart's broken. He can't play with Hassan Whiteside anymore. Or Kelly Olynyk. Like this is Kelly Olynyk. We all went to the same place. That was perfect.
That's beautiful. Oh man, yeah, Jimmy Butler. And the best part is, or not really the best part, but something I noticed was, I think the NBA tweeter might have been, it was probably Old Takes Exposed, and it was a picture of Jimmy Butler's yearbook in high school, and it was like something I'd never wear, and it was a Miami Heat jersey.
That's funny.
And he just signed a 4-year max contract with them. That's crazy.
That's really funny.
That was 5-year?
I think so.
I don't know.
That was, I think, the thing that surprised me the most in this free agency.
I can't agree with that.
Well, like out of like the major, because that was just so random.
Of all the signings, that's probably the most random in my opinion.
That's why it was like surprising. No, the most upsetting one was definitely Horford to the Sixers.
That's the most surprising one. Why in the world did he go to Philly? What is there to do in Philly? Seriously, people
eat cheesesteaks.
Philly is the worst parts of both Boston and New York.
You can eat some nice cheesesteaks.
Oh yeah,
and they have a lovely fan base that's so supportive of their team. They aren't violent at all.
No,
so it's like the perfect place for him.
Seriously, if you wanted a cold weather city, you could have gone back to Boston, or you could have gone somewhere else if you really wanted to go team up with Kyrie in Brooklyn or something like that. I don't know, maybe pull a double.
I don't think he'd want to go there.
Yeah, but either way, like you could have done that. So what's the appeal with Philly? Now you can play second fiddle to Joel Embiid. You're going to walk into the paint on a drive and run into 6 of your own teammates before you find one of the opposition because none of them can shoot outside of the restricted area. Literally, none of them, except for Embiid, can shoot like 2 threes a game after jacking up 10. There's no reason for him to join the Sixers. The spacing's going to be an issue. I will still hold to that. And I just don't see why he did it. Because does he want snowballs pelted at Santa Claus again in the city of brotherly love?
Did you see that his contract had like incentives for championships? So he got like I think it's like 12 million like per championship or something. I was like, that's insane.
So whatever the terms of his deal is as of right now will be the terms of his contract because Philly's not winning jack shit with that roster. As long as their point guard can't shoot a baseball, can't shoot a basketball outside of the paint, they're not going anywhere. They're
working on a max deal for him, aren't they?
Yeah, and they also maxed Tobias Harris. Like, what are they doing in Philly? Like, Tobias Harris might be one of the most overrated players in the NBA.
I think there only might be like 6 guys on their roster. People are looking at LA as the team that has like no guys on their roster. I'm pretty sure the Sixers have like 6 guys.
Yeah, that's it's. I don't know what his incentive was to go into Philly. Maybe just as a shove it up the Celtics' ass, being like, I got a lot of money and I went to your biggest rival in the Eastern Conference.
All right, here we go. Sixers roster right now has 11 names on it. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Al Horford, Ben Simmons. Okay, that's your normal 4. That makes sense. Josh Richardson, who they got for Jimmy Butler. So yeah, okay. Mike Scott, Zaire Smith,
the regional manager.
Yeah, they got the regional manager back. But Zaire Smith, I believe, had like a peanut allergy and he missed the entire season or something.
Yeah, which is wild. So
James
Philly.
Ennis, Jonah Bolden.
Who?
Yeah, I think James Ennis went to Houston, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. Kyle O'Quinn, who's just an absolute bum, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And some dude named Shake Milton.
Oh, I like him.
That's my favorite player.
Yeah, so as bad as the Lakers have it, the Sixers are right there with them. Like, they need to fill out their roster, and I don't really see what they're going to get to do it. And a lot of people are saying, wow, I just went to the Lakers roster. There's 5 guys on this list.
And Andre Iguodala's one of them, right?
Oh, no, he's not. It's LeBron.
Oh, he's expected to sign with them, though.
Anthony Davis, Kuzma, Jared Dudley, Troy Daniels, and they got a 2-way contract with Zach Norvell Jr. They haven't even signed Caruso yet, which I don't understand.
Intriguing.
This is absurd. They have like 7 or 8 free agents that haven't done anything yet, though. So that's kind of weird. Or seven players. Whatever.
Yeah. The thing with Philly or the thing with the Horford contract, though, is I'm actually already prepared to liken it to Jacoby Ellsbury to the Yankees. Like, we all kind of expected Al Horford to leave. It was kind of like an anywhere but Philly type deal, and he went to Philly, but I also think he's going to be injury plagued and he's going to do nothing there in 4 years. He's already shown signs of being hurt.
I wasn't willing to give him more than like 2 years. If he wanted long-term security, it wasn't going to come at a $20 million a year figure for me. It was going to have to come more at like 15. Like what Smart is getting now, that's what I would have given Horford if he wanted long-term flexibility or stability, rather.
Yeah, and I think the Celtics kind of nailed it, or I think Danny Ainge kind of nailed it on the head with his replacement idea for Horford, which was Enes Kanter, the 2-year, $10 million contract. Now, obviously, Kanter's nowhere near the level of a defender as Al Horford is, but Enes Kanter can play offense along with any big in the NBA. He's one of the more talented offensive bigs in the league. I mean, he's not going to like set the world on fire and all of a sudden be like a 28 and 15 guy. He dropped like 16 and 12 a night if he starts. Like, I don't know if he will when the roster is all set, when Taco Fall inevitably makes the team. But
inevitably becomes an all-NBA player.
Becomes an all-NBA player, yeah. But I really like this Enes Kanter signing. I really do.
I like it is because you had to make it. There was no other option.
No, I really liked it anyway. I mean, it was. I thought that he was probably the best replacement for Horford, at least the closest in comparison to him.
Does he shoot threes?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, and he's actually pretty good at them too.
Okay, then
or he did a lot when he was with OKC. I don't know if he did in Portland, but I know when he was with the Thunder, he added that to his game, and he was actually pretty good from outside.
I'm liking this a little bit more now because I thought Enes Kanter couldn't, and that was part of the reason that I wanted to stay the hell away from Clint Capella. I didn't want to touch him with 10-foot.
Last year he was not. Oh, never mind. One year he shot 48% from three.
How many threes did he take?
Let me look. I'm scrolling through. Oh, I'm at per game. I should go to totals. Actually, never mind. He's never taken more than 38 or 45 in a season.
Told you. He shoots half a per game. It does not count as a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's true.
Walking double-double, and he's a turnstile on defense. I need someone who can stretch the floor and shoot.
Well, he's a good mid-range shooter, so I mean, he doesn't clog the lane by any means. Like, he's going to be fine. I think he'll fit in pretty well with this team. I'm really not overly concerned about him, except on the defensive side of the ball, because you'll have to play defense with him in a close game.
I think the problem's going to be is that Brad's going to try and find a way to get Vanilla Tice to be his starter. Right? and that's living crap out. I don't like the Vanilla Tice reference.
Big Vanilla Tice fan over there.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and on top of that, and I guess, and perhaps, which I was kind of shocked when they signed this dude from France. I don't even know his name. I don't even remember. But they signed some dude from France to a 2-year contract, which I think kind of threw out the possibility of DeMarcus Cousins signing here, because apparently they were going to have a meeting with him, and that's according to a lot of people. But what I think is kind of interesting, and what I wouldn't be shocked is if Danny Ainge still brings him in for a meeting, because Woj thinks that there's no market for him at all, not even a minimum level exception or a mid-level exception. They think vet minimum for DeMarcus Cousins next year. And in all seriousness, I'm kind of in the same boat.
I feel bad for him.
Me too. It's not his fault he got hurt.
Dick, but at the same time, he tore his Achilles and he was an all-NBA player, and now he's just a bum.
Yeah, well, he's not a bum. He's just hurt all the time.
Nah, he's a bum.
I think he still has a chance of not getting back to where he was before the first injury, but if he could be 75 to 80% the player he was, he's still a freaking fantastic basketball player. And I honestly was on board with bringing him here on the vet minimum deal, but now that they signed that dude from France, I don't see any real need for DeMarcus Cousins. I'm kind of setting my gears on Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
I might as well. Vet minimum, it's just another bench scorer.
Wait, sorry, what did you just say?
On the Wizards, right?
There's interest with the Wizards, yeah.
No,
he signed.
He signed with them? I didn't know that. I
wasn't fully paying attention, but I was I thought that you said, dude.
Yeah,
I was definitely already signed, because I remember screenshotting the notification and sending it to the group. So I'm glad that you read my text, Jordan.
I was at a baseball field all day, so get off my back.
This was yesterday.
Or yesterday too.
I just got a notification. A friend just sent me a text that the Knicks signed 3 players from Richmond High School, and one of them released a statement: "We will be bringing a ship to New York this year." At Stephen A. Smith. Oh lordy, Stephen A. Someone's got to put him on suicide watch. Seriously.
I know, seriously.
Oh my word, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I saw. I also saw the video of him in the opening to First Take, where Molly had to give him a hug because he was just standing there gazing out a window in depression.
Did you see when was it? I think it was the Friday before free agency, and they were talking about what they needed to do on Get Up, and they brought Stephen A. in. He stomps on he's part of a gangster. He's a gangster or something. He's stomps on like a mob man. He's all ticked off because Jalen Rose and Jay Williams are telling Knick fans to be patient. It'll come. Don't worry. And he's like, "What do you mean be patient? The last time they won, it was 73." And I'm like, yeah, that was fairly accurate. The Knicks are just laughing stock right now because they're not even the best team in Brooklyn, and they're in New York, and they're the legacy franchise. Brooklyn is.
Yeah. I saw a tweet. It was something along the lines of Dolan, who's their owner, just let the Brooklyn Nets march in from New Jersey and just take over as the team of New York for basketball, with ease. It wasn't like there was any competition, because the Brooklyn Nets became the Brooklyn Nets right at the end of when Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony, and all the 60-year-olds that the Knicks were trotting out there every night. Like when they had like Marcus Camby and Rasheed Wallace on the floor at the same time, along with Big Chungus,
Large Chungus,
the biggest of Chunguses. Yeah, the Knicks are the meme team of the NBA, and it's so funny.
Browns. Not now, but we'll call it the last decade of Browns.
Yeah, and now this decade it's going to be the next 10 years is going to be the Knicks.
Yeah,
and it's so funny. I'm along for this ride.
I can't wait for the dumpster to get set on fire outside of the Knicks at MSG.
No, man, I can't wait for the Knicks strike, like the Lakers strike this year, or the Lakers protest.
Like the 19 people who showed up
in
jerseys going, "We want Kobe back! Yeah! Kobe! Magic! We love you!" Okay.
All right, interesting.
All right, a couple of questions, though. A couple of questions. Ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Who do you believe in NBA free agency got the most overpaid?
Tobias Harris.
Jacqueline?
I don't remember any of the contracts enough.
There's all Vucevic getting $25 million a year, also kind of grind. Oh no. Chris Middleton got the most overpaid. It's like $38 million a season.
I would agree with Middleton and Harris, and I think it's probably a four-way tie between those two. Malcolm Brogdon got like $21 million a year, and Terry Rozier got $20 million.
No, Terry got so overpaid.
3 years, $58 million for what? For what? A string of like 15 good games. It's like that's about as ridiculous as giving Nate Eovaldi $17 million for a 6-inning relief appearance he lost.
Hey guys, I think if there's more strife here in Boston, I don't think I can come back. We don't want you back, Terry.
Goodbye.
And Harrison Barnes got a buttload of money for no reason at all.
Who?
Let's see. Harrison Barnes?
Oh yeah, Harrison Barnes. I forgot he was even
the king of just getting massive deals for no reason. This man opted out of like a $24 million option, comes back and gets like 23 for the next 4 years. It's absurd.
Yeah, he's done virtually nothing to earn either of those contracts.
Wait.
Ben
Simmons got $170 million.
He did?
They haven't finalized that yet.
They offered a 5-year, $168 million maximum contract, and then Woj said that it's crept slightly higher to $170 million.
Yeah, I mean that also doesn't shock me. Or that I would also put in the grossly overpaid section of this free agency because he can't shoot.
Yeah.
That under the radar move.
Under the radar. Yeah. Under the radar move. I'm gonna have to quickly. Why don't you give yours, Jeremy, while I quickly just check out all the signings that have been made so far?
I can actually give them to you. It's the major ones. Ready? KD to the Nets, Kyrie to the Nets, Kemba to the Celtics, Klay to Golden State, Russell to Golden State, which is my best under the radar move. They did not let him go for nothing, and I think the Warriors' plan is to trade him to Minnesota so that way they can get back a bunch of depth pieces like a Robert Covington. Like, I don't know. I don't even know who else is on Minnesota at this point. They all left. It's basically Wiggins, Towns, Covington, and some bums. So maybe you get a bunch of those bums to help you out and become the 2015 Warriors with a bunch of depth. You got I also like JJ Redick to New Orleans, which is why New Orleans, if Zion performs, will be a playoff team this year. You got Brogdon to Indy, Thaddeus Young to Chicago, which doesn't really matter. Horford to Philly, Cantor to the Celtics, Butler to Miami for no reason whatsoever. Harris to Philly, Bojan Bogdanovic to Utah.
That's one of mine under the radar ones. I just saw that because I like that one a lot.
DeAndre Jordan to Brooklyn, Porzingis to Dallas, Seth Curry to Dallas, Harrison Barnes and Dwayne Dedmon to Sacramento, Vucevic to Orlando. Ricky Rubio got like $17 million a year to play in Phoenix. Trevor Ariza went to the Kings. And the Knicks got Reggie Bullock and Randall.
The Knicks? They're so Knicks it hurts. It just, oh my God. My best under the radar move, it's going to be a few. I like the D'Angelo Russell to Golden State, not because obviously he won't be there. Over the course of the season, they'll trade him, but whatever they get in return, because D'Angelo Russell's a pretty damn good player, will be obviously pretty good for the Warriors. So I think that's a pretty under the radar move as well because he won't play a game for them. And then on top of that, I love the Bojan Bogdanovic to Utah move. I think that's going to – and they always need a white sharpshooter on that team.
They got the balding Joe Ingles. They're all right.
Yeah, they got 2 now.
Oh, that's a force.
They got the lefty, lefty white sharpshooter and the righty white sharpshooter. It's great.
How about the weirdest move? I think we talked about this because I already have mine.
The Horford to Philly move?
No, mine's Jimmy
Butler. Butler to the Heat.
Oh, yeah, Butler to Heat.
Jimmy Butler to Miami.
That was a 4-team trade.
Or another weird one would be Julius Randle willingly signing with the Knicks.
That is true.
He got $20 million a year. I would have done it too.
Yeah, but it's still the Knicks, and you went nuts last year. He'll probably get traded at some point over the course of the year, but yeah, that's a weird one too.
Let me give you some teams. You tell me if they're going to be a playoff team or not next year.
Okay.
Atlanta Hawks.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they will be a playoff team.
I think they'll sneak in as like a 7 or 8.
I think they're going to be a 6 seed. Let's go. The team on my head now, the Dallas Mavericks.
Wait, did you change hats?
Yeah, I have one next to me from last night that I was prepared to wear.
Yeah.
They have. Wait.
They have Porzingis.
Yeah, I was going to say they have Porzingis.
They just got
too,
Seth
right?
Curry. They just got Seth Curry back after he went to Portland for a couple years. I'm trying to think. They have Doncic. They have another guy I'm blanking on. Who am I blanking on? They also have.
Check real fast. Give me a second. They got Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is a pretty good player too. He's good for he can go nuts for 30 points every once in a while.
Don't forget they got JJ Barea.
Oh, he's an assassin. He kills the Celtics though. But yeah, I think they'll sneak in also.
Roster right now.
There'll be another sneak in team, 8 or 7 or 8, maybe 6 if like Porzingis is himself after the injury, and and Doncic takes a step forward.
Guess who has the most cap space in the league right now?
The Knicks.
Nah, so the Clippers and the Lakers are tied. $59 million apiece.
The Lakers are $59 million. When did they get $59 million?
Well, probably because they traded away half their team.
So they have like $30 million worth of cap space.
Oh, and then the hard cap.
They haven't renounced the rights to a bunch of their free, like JaVale McGee still has not been renounced or anything like that. So they're still technically like counting against the cap, so it'll go down to 30.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I'm just looking at some of the Knicks are 4th, by the way, in terms of most cap space. Your Celtics are sitting down there at 10 with $23 million. How is that possible?
I don't know. It's weird. So weird.
Cap hold. Hang on. Marcus Morris. That's why.
Yeah, they renounced those.
And then hold your draft picks. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to renounce Marcus Morris, but we'll see.
I think there's a chance that they're going to try and bring him back.
Yeah, depends on the number they give him.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Will the Magic be a playoff team next year?
No.
I think they will.
No.
You really don't like Vucevic, do you?
I really don't like Vucevic. I just think he's one of the more overrated players in the league. He does put some numbers on a team that's not very good. And I don't know. I see other guys taking a step forward, him taking a step back, but he's their best player still.
San Antonio Spurs.
They have Popovich. They still have DeRozan. I can't see them not making the playoffs.
I don't think they're going to be.
Playoffs.
The Samanich kid that they drafted, I think like 29th overall, rather, is pretty good, but I don't know. Now,
It's just hard for me to not see them making the playoffs. Maybe it's because I've gotten so used to them being there. It's like 20-something years in a row they've made it. But I just don't see with Pop and DeRozan and Aldridge that they're going to miss it.
the Thunder.
No.
See, this is bias talking because I hate the Thunder, but I don't think so either.
I think, I don't know. Paul George's shoulder, we'll see if that's any better next year. But Russell Westbrook can't lead a team by himself.
All right. Finally, this is not will they make the playoffs or not. This will be what seed will they be, because they are my dark horse at this point. Utah Jazz.
5.
Jacqueline?
6.
2.
A 2?
They will be a 2.
So they'll be the Nuggets of this season?
Yes.
Just like randomly be fucking gross?
The Warriors won't be there. You got Donovan Mitchell.
Wait, you don't think the Warriors are going to be there?
Not in the top 2 seeds. No. They will
just
not
Curry
play
this year.
the entire year. They will get a top 4 seed. They will not get that top 2 seed that they need.
Yeah, they just have Curry this year.
Yeah,
They don't even have Iguodala anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, and Bogdanovich. Yeah. Let me tell you, this Jazz team is built for success. They got this. I am very confident in this Jazz.
They're built for a 2 seed that loses in the second round.
They also got a kid from Methuen on their team too.
Ooh.
Just Niang. We went to Iowa State, I believe. And they also got Jeff Green because
I love Jeff Green.
I hate Jeff Green. Jeff Green.
I'm a sucker for a good story, and the fact that dude could have died and he was able to come back and play. Love it.
All right. The other thing though, Kawhi.
Yeah, I was just about to say we haven't talked about him yet.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid it because I have a tangent that I want to go in, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about the Kawhi situation first.
I read something, and I don't know how legit the source is, and I don't know if it was actually sent in the group chat that all three of us are in or not, but there was a report that Kawhi might take a 1+1 deal in Toronto to stay there. He's not opposed to it. I don't know what the legitimacy is of that. I still think he's going to the Clippers, though. I don't see him willing to play with LeBron. I think even though he's quiet, I think Kawhi has a big alpha dog mentality, and I don't think him and LeBron along with AD is going to be a good mix. I don't. I think if they had those three, there'd be some serious issues in LA.
Doesn't matter if there's going to be serious issues. He could still go there.
He could still go there, but I don't see him wanting to. I don't see him wanting to play with LeBron.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like he just wouldn't want to play with LeBron. And just I don't know where I was going with that.
I just see him being a guy who wants to have his own team.
A lot of thought trains today.
I am. I'm just having brain farts today.
I just don't see him being a guy that would want to play second fiddle or even third fiddle.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that I think that he would want to lead his own team, and that playing with LeBron, I feel like wouldn't be a good option for him. I mean, if he wants, they're trying to build a super team. That's what they're trying. They're trying to copy what the Warriors have done the past however many years, but it's not going to work because if you get big personalities, well, who knows what Kawhi's personality is because he's a mystery. But
did you see the tweet last night? I think it was like breaking news. Kawhi Leonard, after 2 days of thought, has finally decided that he will, in fact, have the grilled cheese for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude got the personality of an egg.
I love him so much.
Either he's an airhead or he's just super smart and just doesn't like talking to anyone.
Okay.
I could see either.
I still desperately want Kawhi to go to the Clippers. But the Kawhi to the Lakers rumors have picked up such steam, I have already, in fact, decided that since he is going to go to the Lakers because of all these rumors, it is the weakest move in all of sports history, and here's why. First of all, Kevin Durant, not weaker. Kevin Durant did not make as weak a move as Kawhi Leonard would make if he went to LA. He did not have a championship at the time. He was hungry for a championship. The Warriors called him. They asked him to join. He went there. Now, LeBron would ask him to go, Kawhi Leonard to come too. But Kawhi's a two-time champion, a two-time Finals MVP, and has a reputation as a dynasty killer. He has shown that he can lead a team single-handedly to the playoffs and win. Obviously, two-time Finals MVP with two different teams. I think that's happened once. I don't remember who the team. I think it's LeBron. LeBron is the only other guy. No one has done it 3 times. If he goes to the Clippers, he can go with a young, exciting core, just like he had in Toronto this year, and he'll be in LA where he desperately wants to be. Why you go to the all NBA load management team with AD and LeBron makes zero sense whatsoever. I cannot fathom why he would go, but if he does, he is just absolutely he's ruining the NBA for everyone once again. And I can't deal with that. I don't want to have to go play through a season where I know the ending already, especially not if LeBron's at the top. And the other reason it's a weaker move is because when Durant went to go join Curry and Thompson, individually, Durant was a better player. And Curry was probably hovering around 5 to 8, depending on how you want to rank him. I think he's 6 for me. And Thompson was below that, Draymond below that. AD and LeBron are two of the top 5 players in the world, and Kawhi's that third. If you put 3 of the top 5 players in the world on one NBA team, what do you think is going to happen? And that's why it's the weakest move in sports history.
All right.
I had such an argument with my friends last night about this because they were like, nah, KD's so much weaker because they're 73-9. I'm like, what are you talking about? They didn't even win the title that year.
Right.
It's just
right. I don't know.
Please, Lord, let frickin' Kawhi Leonard go to the Clippers. Thank you.
Or stay in Toronto even.
I don't think he's gonna stay in Toronto.
I don't either, but I just anywhere but the Lakers because, like Jeremy said, I don't know if I go as far as to say it's the weakest move. And I don't know if you said NBA or sports history, but it's up there. And I don't know. I don't see him wanting to. I don't see him wanting to play with LeBron. Like contrary to what Nick Wright, who's the biggest LeBron blowhard of all time, believes. Who now apparently Nick Wright has hair, which was really weird when I saw the video this morning. He had like a weird, he had like the typical white guy haircut where it had like the parted line. I was so confused. I was like, is that a toupee?
No, that's got to be a piece.
It's got to be a tube.
Jenna Wolf needs to sneeze hard enough that thing flies off in the middle of one of their shows.
Yeah.
I didn't even. Yeah, that's interesting.
Not a huge fan of the whole Kawhi to the Lakers situation, even though their depth would be utter dog crap behind, other than Iguodala, who I'm assuming will be signing there. That's what I read. That's the intention, is he'll be a Laker.
Wait, is Nick Wright in favor of the Kawhi move or not in favor of the Kawhi move?
He's in favor of anybody that can help his guy Braun win a championship.
Yeah.
He also made it out like AD's some victim because he sacrificed $4 million by getting traded to the Lakers when he did. That was weird.
Good for you, AD.
You're still a piece of
shit.
shit.
Warrior. What? Wow. Talk about the championship grit. He sacrificed $4 million to go to LA. Unbelievable. A guy who's earned I wonder how much he's earned in his career. I'm trying to look now. I have no idea. Either way. Still stupid. Yeah, thanks, Nick Wright. It's good to see you still on your bullshit the entire NBA season, even if it's not going on. Just can't wait till he gets to the NFL so he can gush about Mahomes a little bit more. Huh? His career earnings $154 million, by the way.
Jesus,
because $4 million was really just such a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.
I don't know how we bit that bullet, to be honest with you.
It's crazy, honestly. It really is crazy.
So much money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sir.
One team that you didn't mention real quick before we move on from the NBA altogether, which I was actually shocked you didn't bring up, were the Pelicans.
They didn't bring them up. Signed JJ Redick. They are going to be a playoff team this year if Zion plays well.
I honestly think that they can. Yeah, they'll be a playoff team. I think they'll have a higher seed than the Lakers.
No, I don't agree.
I think they will. I really do, and I maybe that's me jumping on the Zion train.
Really
I think that's you jumping on the Zion train.
I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but it's really hard not to like this Pelicans team the way they construct.
That is true.
Yeah, and for some reason, I think
not like it is to remember that LeVar Ball's there.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I think they'll be a higher seed than the Lakers.
5 seconds. Thoughts on Durant getting his number retired by the Warriors?
It's laughably bad.
Utterly outrageous.
I think it's stupid. I don't know. It's just, he did bring them championships, but also
he won 2 Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
He did play through a blown out Achilles.
No. Okay, so my thought on that, actually, now that I think about it again, because I don't think I've heard anyone say this, this might be their way of trying to quote unquote make up for the fact that their doctors blew Kevin Durant's Achilles out because they told them that it couldn't get worse.
Yeah.
That is their way of trying to apologize, which is just, now that I think about that, it makes it sound even more, it makes it look even worse.
Yeah. It's weak.
Weak.
Hashtag weak. Any last thoughts on the NBA before we move into some Sox talk? Because we love talking about the Red Sox.
Our Boston Red Sox.
Can we disown them?
No, not yet.
I'm so on the sell at the deadline train right now that like Sean and I talk about this pretty much daily.
Who do you want to sell?
Right now the
Mookie,
Right now, the only untouchables are Devers and Bogarts.
Yeah.
And Chavis because Cassis isn't close yet to the MLB. Those are my only 3 position players that I wouldn't trade. What?
And Price because of his salary.
And Price, yeah, I feel like you'd have to eat salary on Price,
It's
but
not worth it.
it wouldn't be worth it. I'd rather keep him around, and he wants to be here still anyway. But yeah, those are my only untouchables. What?
And because he's like, pretty good this year.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Bad. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, he had that one bad start against Texas.
Yeah.
Texas
and
crushes him.
Texas crushes him, but he beat the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, and other than that, he's been fantastic over the course of the year. But right now, almost anybody's on the table. Anyone's on the table right now for the Red Sox, pretty much. Betts included.
Right.
Martinez also included. I wouldn't trade Sale. I wouldn't trade Sale because he wouldn't be able to.
Benintendi.
What?
I'd trade either Betts or Benintendi first.
I would trade Betts first.
I am.
I feel like you can get more for Betts.
I would trade Betts. I'm all on that train right now.
Because he's not having a good year.
Not even that. Not even just that. Obviously, that's included, and that's a big reason.
I want to get assets for him.
Yeah, he's got another year of control left, so that makes him even more of a hot commodity on the market. I keep looking at the Atlanta Braves as like the perfect team to trade with because they have the second best farm.
I've seen Sean's text about this too. Those two top 100 jabronis I've never heard of.
I've sent this trade to Sean a couple of times. Like I've tinkered with it a little bit, and it's Mookie Betts to the Braves, and the Sox get Mike Foltynewicz, who's had a terrible year for Atlanta. He actually got sent down to AAA, but he was one of the Cy Young candidates last year. Nick Markakis, because you have an MLB outfielder in right field making $6 million a year, so that's cheap. Colby Allard, William Contreras, who's actually Wilson's brother, also catcher. He's like the 8th. And Kyle Wright, who's the number 2 pitching prospect, or the number 1 pitching prospect in their organization. I think he's like number 20 in baseball. But that's the trade I've drawn out, and I really think that's a great return for Mookie.
Involved in that too.
What?
Field prospect, Ferguson or something like that. I don't remember.
Ferguson, I don't know if he's on the Braves. He might be on a different team, but I think it might just be the fact that the baseball fan in me is like, oh, imagine Acuna, Inciarte, and Betts in the same outfield. Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and Red Sox uniforms that look pretty good. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you got to trade Betts this year, and if you don't, you're basically using him as your own rental next season.
All right.
I don't think he's staying. I really don't.
Well, first of all, you gotta. Sorry, Jacqueline, you go.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if he. I feel like he would stay. I don't know why. I mean, unless the team like sucks next year, because we still have him next year, right? Or does he?
Next year's his last year before he hit the free agent market.
If they trade like Benny, which I don't want them to, but if they trade him and like Martinez and get prospects and like build for the future, he might stay. And I feel like he would, unless they, like I said, suck like they have been this year.
Basically, they forfeited 2019 in order to keep him long term, and he still won't sign an extension.
That's true.
And he's having bets. They basically forfeited this season to sign him long term, and he won't sign an extension. So I don't know what the number was. People say it was $250 that he turned down in the offseason.
I hadn't thought about that. Remember?
Yeah, I remember, but I think you said they offered him $350 and he said no.
I thought he wanted $400.
I think he does want $400, but the problem is he's playing like a guy who shouldn't even get $200.
Yeah, but so is Bryce Harper right now. Bryce Harper should not have gotten the contract he got with the season he's having. Are you kidding me?
No, he shouldn't have.
He had last season, but either way. You want to look at a microcosm of the Red Sox season, though? It's when they went across the pond this past weekend. Did everyone enjoy the London series?
No.
Oh, I loved it.
I loved the first inning of the first game.
Bring out the British accent. Love it.
That was a Southern accent that you just did, so I don't know why.
I liked the first inning of game 1. That was it.
Yeah, same.
I didn't watch. I watched the first inning of game 2. And every time I watched during game 1, the Red Sox did well. So I was like, what's the problem here? Because I went into Toy Story 4 throughout that the middle of that game, a marathon that is. So I was like, well, they're doing pretty well. The Yankees hit 376 during that series, by the way. 370.
And the Red Sox actually out-hit the Yankees in that series. Like in terms of average OPS and whatnot.
So Alex Cora gets up to the podium after, I think it was the second game. And this is the first question that the dude asked him. And he's a British reporter, obviously. And he goes, "Commiserations on the result, but thank you for the spectacle and the event you put on. It's been fantastic." That is the first thing out of this dude's mouth after they just lost, 12-6 or something like that to the Yankees. Oh my word, I wanted to shoot the man on spot. "Commiserations on the result, but thank you for the spectacle." Like, no. That's not how this works here. Alex Cora's probably sitting at this press conference going, "Thank God I'm getting these softballs."
Yeah.
Because Lord knows if it was the Boston media, they would have been absolutely killing us.
Mm-hmm.
And his legitimate question was, what did you think of the London experience? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And I think Cora's answer was like, except for on the field, it was great.
And honestly, yeah. And it was really like 2 catastrophic innings by the bullpen, go figure, that fucked them. And, Rick Porcello giving up 6 earned.
Jamet McNulty from The Guardian, can you tell us about how your colleague, Mr. Boone, has these finishers? I think you call them closers, and you don't. Why is that? Can you explain to us why that is?
Yeah.
Another player I'm putting on my no trade list is Christian Vasquez.
He just homered, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Sean.
Hold up. All right, on 3, we got to text Sean in the group chat. All right. Do we all have it up?
Oh, no, not yet.
All right, get it real quick. Well,
I'm getting it. Wait, what are we saying? We're
just Sean.
Okay.
3,
2, 1.
What?
But honestly, though, he's having a good season. Like,
He is.
I wouldn't trade him either.
Sean's just still butthurt about Blake Swihart, who's in
know.
like a $140 in Arizona.
Woo.
438 feet is the official distance on the home run, too. He absolutely smoked it. He's got, like 13 bombs this year, too?
Yeah. And last year he had, 3?
3. And he played, 15 more games.
Kyle joins in.
I just need Pat now. Now we just need Pat. Let's go.
And Jeff.
Oh, and Jeff, yeah. And Jeff.
I hate all of you. Wait, this is... Yeah, no. He's definitely another one on my untouchables. I'm just saying.
I would honestly... The only reason I don't put him in there is I'd put him, I'd say sell incredibly high on him, but I think they love him too much to do that.
Yeah.
I just don't know
if he's good.
I'm gonna watch this home run. I'll let you know how majestic it was.
I bet it's beautiful.
Oh my word. That thing was absolutely smacked. It wasn't even done going up when it hit the seats.
Did he pimp it?
Oh, of course he did.
Yes. That's all I need to see.
He absolutely smacked.
And he's firing an absolute bomb.
That ball was pissed on. All right, anyway. I don't even want to talk about the London series anymore already.
I do, just because it allows me to keep going back to the accent. It's so funny.
You can go back to the accent as we talk about the next thing.
Okay, the Yankees hit only 1 home run on Sunday, and they didn't do that's all they did because, let's face it, the bullpen just absolutely sucked. And I heard that before the game, the London announcer had to go, and if a ball goes in the stands, you can keep it. I'm like, wow. And yeah, because...
Okay, because in soccer, you throw it back. I get it.
Because baseball really needs to come to London for this. Mom, do I get to keep this foul ball? No, son, you throw it back over the dugout. Also, now that I'm on the subject of the fans, how many friggin' fans did you see with half Yankee, half Red Sox shirts? That pissed me off something wicked. But it's okay.
Yeah, that was obnoxious as well. I did not enjoy that.
David Price just had a good outing. Just saying.
Because David Price is good.
David Price is good. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs. I don't know if they're earned, but
yeah, they were.
Okay, then yeah.
Quality start.
Quality start.
We love quality starts. The thing now about the Red Sox and their bullpen, because like Jeremy said, it was the talk of London for the last few days because the Red Sox bullpen just completely pissed itself
again.
Not once, but twice. Particularly in game 2, they gave up 8 runs in 1 inning.
can you please I'm from BBC. Can you please talk about why you're trying to let the Yankees score so many runs? The inning seems kind of ridiculous. You gave up 2 6-run innings and 1 9-run inning. What are you thinking there?
Can you tell me why you're being a friend to the Yankees? I thought that this was supposed to be a competitive sport, but we don't really know too much about baseball. So, can you please elaborate?
That was awesome. That was spot on. That was fantastic.
I did. I was an actress, so I can do accents.
Love it. But anyway,
Why'd you let me carry on for so long, embarrassing myself then, Jack? You should have been in on it.
But yeah,
I like listening to it.
But yeah, since the talk of the entire weekend was the Red Sox bullpen being utter garbage, and that's not really a mystery. It's been the talk of the last 2 months.
Trash.
The Red Sox announced, I believe it was last night, that Nathan Eovaldi is going to be the closer of the team when he comes back. Now, this move does reek of desperation, without a doubt. It's basically them saying they know they need bullpen help. They don't think they can actually trade for any help, so they're just going to put the guy they paid $17 million a year to start.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is.
It's a desperation.
He sat there, the pasty-faced slug that he is, and actually showed balls for once. He sat there and said, why should I go and spend more money if you guys still aren't going to win? You guys have shown me nothing to make me believe that you can win, and I'm not going to spend until
because you suck.
That's literally what he did, and I'm fine with that.
That was great. I thought, yeah.
He finally got some balls there, and I had no idea that he did, but it's good that he's showing them now because, let's face it, I don't know if you want to call it negligence or you want to call it arrogance, but it's one of the two with Dombrowski not adding after losing 2 quality arms in the bullpen, especially a guy in Craig Kimbrell who, fun fact, I heard this one today, he blew 11 saves in 3 years as the Boston closer. The Red Sox bullpen has proceeded to blow 17, and it's July. It just started July. And you guys didn't want this man back.
I have the same ERA as him this year.
Sean's not even here, but I can still yell at him. You guys didn't want him back. Matt Barnes is the ERA.
You can't yell at me because I didn't have an opinion.
I want to just point out that he and I had this. My ERA for Emerson is the exact same as Kimbrell's this year, 13.5.
Kimbrell has like 2 outings.
Your problem.
I had 3.
Okay.
6. Okay. But yeah.
If you had signed him earlier in the year, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have been all right.
I mean,
I feel like this year, no matter where he signed, he was going to suck because he hadn't been getting outings.
he got thick with K's, not C's. He got fat a little bit.
Oh, did he actually? I haven't looked at it.
He's not like fat, but he got bigger. He definitely got chubby.
He had the little Benny pudge.
Yeah, he's got a dad bod. A little bit of a dad bod now. A little bit. But, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
come on. The bullpen working its magic.
Yeah,
home run.
Yeah, the leadoff guy that Colton Brewer faced just hit a homer. Danny Jansen, who actually for some reason, they're gonna lose.
Can you talk about what spin rate is? Because these wankers over here have no idea what you're talking about. I need to know what spin rate is because apparently that's all your bullpen can rely on. And it's curveball after curveball after curveball, and they have no idea where they're throwing it, and it's just going to get hit all over the lot.
Okay.
So irritating.
Okay.
It's maddening.
Okay.
Dallas Keuchel just went 7 shutout for the Braves. Sorry, never mind. He gave him 2 runs in 7 innings. I read the score backwards.
Helmet all whited out in front.
Whose?
Christian Vasquez.
Because he's an absolute animal.
No, his entire helmet's like doused in flour or something.
It's rosin, probably.
Why?
I don't know. He's a weirdo.
All
right. But yeah. But we didn't even talk about Nathan Eovaldi, really about Eovaldi becoming the closer. We talked about John Henry's comments, but I think – so my opinion, and I've been saying this, I think Jeremy was with me in November back when the signing was announced. I think he and I both said if you don't bring back Craig Kimbrell, this guy should be your closer. Or it might have been Sean.
His arm is so good, and he is just falling apart. Like, as a person, he's just falling apart. So – I feel like it's smart to use him in the pen.
Dombrowski signed him because there was no indication of this happening ever. It's not like he had 2 Tommy Johns and moved bodies before. I mean, they gave him $17 million for a reason. He deserved it because he went 6 innings and lost in the World Series. Oh, thank you, Nathan Eovaldi. We're going to give you $17 million a year. You could have signed Ottavino and another reliever for $17 million.
Anyways, No, but like he throws over 100,
Mhm.
and like I think you tweeted this earlier, Jordan. I read some like thread that you were having with some person, and you were like, just have him shell out a couple 100-mile-per-hour fastballs, 1 inning a game.
Mhm.
All good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the tweet because I remember what you're talking about. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it was. I think it
right.
was with that girl Gabby. I think that's her name.
Oh, Gabrielle, yeah.
Gabrielle.
Because I said something. Oh, here it is. He doesn't have a great track record as a starting pitcher in his career. He's also getting paid, and in parentheses, mostly for his relief efforts last postseason. Plus, he has elite closer stuff, and I love the idea of letting him just air it out at 100+ for 1 inning 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah, like it makes sense.
Somebody then asked me if you think his elbow could hold up to pitch back-to-back nights. I said I'm more convinced he can do that than go 5+ innings multiple times a week.
That's true.
I'd be more convinced of the 5+ because at least it's less what's it called, stress on his arm. I don't know if he could pitch in back-to-back nights, and if he's your closer, you kind of need him to do that sometimes.
But the thing is, I think you're maximizing his value because he doesn't have a great track record as a starting pitcher, and maybe these arm injuries are from starting.
A guy who can throw 101 for 7 innings, I'd rather have him throw 7 than 1.
But he doesn't have a good track record as a starter, and he wasn't very good as a starter last year, other than against the Yankees.
You're still going back to the fact that you have an opener every 5th day, and those bullpen arms are still going to get tired. So I would rather have him start at least when he comes back. Start for a little bit. Take the pressure off this bullpen just a tad instead of going out Ryan Weber, Brian Johnson, Hector freaking Velasquez, who you should have left in London along with Jess Mendoza, and Angel Hernandez too. But I don't want them out there every 5th day. It's just it's a scheduled loss for a team that can ill afford to fall any further back in the standings.
Yeah, but my thought process is with him, it's you either wait an extra, 3 weeks to a month without him if you're trying to get him back to being a starter, or you bring him back and you let him build up as a reliever so he can at least contribute while he's getting stronger, and then you get into like end of August, maybe early September, and then you put him back in the rotation. I think this is an experiment, and at least until you get somebody that you can trust in the 6th inning or further, because right now, the only guy I trust in this Red Sox bullpen is Brandon Workman. That's it.
Really? I don't even trust him, really.
I mean, he's pitched incredibly well this year outside of like 2 bad outings. He's pitched like 40 times already.
But I think this is what...
and the Chief. We love the Chief here.
I still have not called him that, and I will never. So,
I will continue to call him the Chief.
I think everything... What people are missing, and not necessarily us, but like Dombrowski and maybe some of these real Homer fans, is that this is not some aberration. This is exactly what the Red Sox bullpen is. People are counting on them to overachieve, and none of them have. Like, several of them have had stretches. Workman, Barnes, Hembry at this point. Like,
Brazier even.
They've regressed to the mean, especially Barnes. Good Lord. Maybe I was right to hate this guy. I really shouldn't have put so much faith in him. I think he's just been a bum. 10.22 in his last 14 appearances? Oh, that's outrageous for a high leverage, quote unquote, high leverage guy. And the problem is because Alex Cora, A, doesn't have anyone to work with, so he doesn't have a good hand that he was dealt. But B, at some point, I don't want to go and sound like Kellerman here, but humans do favor like habits. They like routines. They like to know when they're coming in. They don't like to be thrust in the 6th inning one game and then the 9th inning the next. I think that they like to know, like, okay, about this time during the game, maybe I should get loose. Maybe I'll be going in because I know it's my time. Establish a role. Did you notice what Tom Caron's report said? Nathan Eovaldi was going to be the closer, not the high leverage guy, not the guy when you needed him. He was the closer because that is a routine. Why don't you start making a freaking routine, Alex?
Yeah. And that was something that happened even as recently as 2016 and even last year. The Red Sox were still auditioning guys in the 8th inning back in September, and they finally settled on it was Brazier and Kelly, depending on matchup. It was one and Barnes, yeah, depending on matchup. It was one of those three.
Early in those playoff games, and I kept yelling for Alex to put him in later.
Yeah, so they had the closer. They had Craig Kimbrell in place, so you at least had that thing locked down. So you have guys are like, okay, the 6th innings rolling around, now I can get loose because I know sometime between now and the 8th I'm going in. But when you go into the 9th, you need to be a different breed to be a closer, and you need to be a different breed to be a closer. Now, Craig Kimbrell, I just didn't want to give him $17 million. I would have rather given it to him than Evaldi, and I think I said that at the time. I don't know 100%. I can't remember back that far. But in hindsight, it's 2020. Obviously, would have rather signed Craig Kimbrell than Nathan Evaldi, given this bullpen. But just establishing that role, having Evaldi as the closer, now you know that Workman's probably going to get the 8th, and then the 7th will probably be either Barnes, Brazier, or Hembry when he comes back. He's in a rehab assignment now. And then the 6th will be probably Walden, or hopefully Walden gets sent down, actually, because he's been terrible, too, lately. And they called up Trevor Kelly, who's a guy who's been great in the minors for the last 3 years, and they finally got given him a chance. And he's a submarine pitcher.
Minors for 3 years? Dear Lord, he's going to give up a bomb in his first appearance, isn't he? So he kind of has to.
He's a Red Sox reliever, so he has to suck.
He's just scheduled bomb.
Scheduled. He's been in AAA for the last couple of seasons, and he's been a part of the spring training roster, and he's done really well at every level, or at least the last 4 years. He just hasn't gotten an opportunity, and now he finally is getting one. So we'll see how he does. He's a submarine guy, so he's probably just gonna be a specialist. But if he can be anything, that'd be nice. But I'm not going to pretend he's going to be a savior because that would just be wrong.
All right. I'm done yelling at the Red Sox. I'm just so sick of this team.
Okay. So moving on, we can.
As the Celtics should make this somewhat likable, but they're still not that likable.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on a little and talk a little bit about the Bruins. Just quickly touch on it really doesn't need to be dissected. They signed Brett Ritchie, and they let Noel Achari go. And they're not pursuing Marcus Johansson.
Thank God, because we couldn't get along without that.
What?
Wait, they're not pursuing Marcus Johansson?
Nope.
They haven't offered.
Yeah.
It seems like they're not going to.
Intriguing. He's old, isn't he?
He's like
30. He's like 30.
He's
had a lot of head injuries.
28.
Gotcha. That's why I thought he was older.
Yeah, a lot of
he's injured.
Yeah.
Unless you give up Backus or Krejci, unless you get either one of those guys out of here,
or Krug,
all the salary goes. You're not going to get Johansson. It's just a fact. It's but it's true.
But Don Sweeney's pretty confident that in the with the $10 million they have at cap space, they can bring back McAvoy, Carlo, and Heinen.
Oh joy! I needed Denton Heinen on my team.
Well, yeah.
Jordan, you're right with me on this. I know that.
Yeah, I don't like Danton Heinen. I thought he actually played really well in the playoffs, but he just didn't get any goals. But yeah, I hate Danton Heinen. But I'll give him credit. He did well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
By his standards.
Like me giving Durant Harmon credit. Doesn't exist. Never going to happen.
But yeah, that's all that happened with the Bruins. So I guess we could slip into the final 15 now. There's nothing really else going on.
Oh, hang on real quick because we're on the NHL. Joe Pavelski went to the Dallas Stars, and my heart shattered. I am absolutely crushed that Joe Pavelski is on the freaking Dallas Stars now. Talk about unlikable. I hate the Stars with a burning passion, mostly because of Steve Ott, but still. The fact that Sagan's there now with Ben, and you add in Pavelski and Corey Perry, it's basically like Bergeron going to the Penguins. There's two experienced veteran star players in Malkin and Crosby. That I am just so sad. I really hope that they get Thornton back, I guess, now, because they kind of have to if you're San Jose. But, yeah. Sorry. I think Joe Pavelski was honestly my third favorite player in the NHL. Just period.
Really quickly, you could also touch on the fact Artemi Panarin's now a Ranger.
Oh, speaking of a guy who'll go to the highest bidder, Mookie Betts, Artemi Panarin. So, it's not a surprise, but him on the Rangers is kind of going to be troubling.
Aren't the Rangers, didn't they sign a bunch of good people? Aren't they kind of going to be good?
No, you know who signed a bunch of good people, though, is Florida. They got a bunch of people. I have to look at exactly who they got, but they got Bobrovsky for sure. They got a couple of other players that were really good.
Noel Achari.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Hang on, real quick. I got to look at the roster now. Let's see.
Editing this out.
Well, they got Anton Stroman, so now they're trying to solidify their back end at this point. Looks like they got Brett Connolly. Yeah, woo! Let's go.
Yeah, he did really well in He did really well in Washington.
Yeah, this was a weak free agent class. It was basically Panarin, Bobrovsky, Duchesne, and nobody else.
So all the
And-
Blue Jackets and then nobody.
Yeah, basically Columbus got screwed. They didn't get a single one of them because Duchesne was
Brett
a friend.
Connolly had 22 goals and 24 assists last year.
Ooh, yay.
So
Was
he
he playing Backstrom? Probably playing Backstrom or Kuznetsov, to be honest with you.
I don't know what line he was on, but he had 15 goals, and 22 in his 3 years in Washington after having 9 in his Bruins career in 2 years. Well, 76 games.
Another move that shocked me, Vezina Trophy finalist Robin Lehner heads to the Blackhawks. And I hate the Blackhawks, but I would find it hard to believe that if they don't add – they have Corey Crawford and Robin Lehner now as their goaltenders, and Leonard took the Islanders to the second round last year. I find it hard to believe that they won't make it back to the playoffs and make some noise, even with that aging core. All right, that's all the hockey thoughts I got.
All right. So we can move into the final 15 now. Jacqueline, take it away.
It's the final 15.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
After your voice, it's just like when you were doing the British accent and you can't get it back.
I guess so.
Okay.
Here
Okay.
we go. It's better.
All right.
Okay.
Jesus.
We
Okay.
don't know what these topics are. Jeremy just has them.
Yeah, Jeremy has them. Bring it.
These kind of fun questions. We can run through them together. So the first one: if there were stats for every aspect of your life, what stats would you want to see the most?
What stats would you want to see the most?
I will probably have to answer first for every one of these, so that way you guys can think.
Okay.
So first, I want to see how much time I spend like horizontal every day. Whether it be like watching my computer, on my phone, or sleeping. I want to see how much time I'm just conked out, or like down somewhere.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then in terms of when I'm at college, what stat I want to see? How much percentage of the wings that I take from the Emerson Dining Hall whenever. All right, you guys can go.
Okay.
I want to see my average on text from Sam I respond to every day. Because how many I get from him a day and how many I respond to every day. Because he texts me very often because Jeremy's put him on like probation for like the last 6 months. So now he texts me all the time.
Around me.
But yeah, I would love to see that. That horizontal. I'm still like laughing at the horizontal thing.
I mean, do you guys relate to that or no? Because that's basically all I do sometimes.
I want to see on average how many French fries I eat a week while I'm at school.
There will be days where I'm just like, do I really want I think there was a day in college where I got up I woke up at like 10 a.m. or something like that. Legitimately don't think I got out of bed until like 2 or 3 p.m. Just sitting there, I'm like, I got my iPad next to me, I got my phone, I got my headphones, let's go.
Let's get it.
I'm like texting people and just watch like YouTube. It's great.
Right.
I don't know what mine is. That's a hard percentage.
I mean, it doesn't have to be percentage, and it can be really.
How many times I say okay?
Okay.
Okay.
No, mine is how many times I say or like in a day, because I do that a lot.
Okay. As you can see, these questions, I really set the tone with the first one. It's pretty laid back. It's going to be good. Second one, what's one thing a person can say or do that makes you immediately hate them?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Huh?
I'm a Yankees fan.
I was going to say that, but I'm dating a Yankees fan.
You can't say that. I will edit this podcast just down to that point and send it to him.
I know.
Oh wait, I got one. If someone tries to call me buddy without actually knowing me, tries to pretend like your friend right when you meet them, I hate that. Absolutely hate that.
Anybody wearing all Vineyard Vines gear.
Oh,
they don't say anything, but I really hate it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's do. Say or do.
Oh, say or do, yeah. Then all
mine is men at the gym because they make me very uncomfortable, so I hate them.
Oh, Jacqueline, let me tell you, I have never gone to the gym. That sounds like Jacqueline does not hate me.
No, I don't hate you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
And
funny.
also, honorable mention: if you're Jacob, I automatically hate you.
Only that one Jacob.
Only that one.
Like we like the Jake from Discovering. We like him.
Oh,
Right.
another thing that pisses me off is when now that we're just into things that piss us off, essentially.
Sam,
So,
I'd like to enter it, Sam.
So no, it's like when people ask questions that are like so easily answered. So like if say you're in like a meeting or something and like your supervisor like goes over like exactly what they want and then someone asks the thing that they already explained, like that pisses me off. So then I automatically do not like them. And I think that they're weak. Anyways.
Oh, the people who like, now this is kind of a broad-ranging thing, but it could be like whether it be like grammar or just some of the political correct stuff kind of bothers me. So it's like you'll go by, be like "Merry Christmas" to a bunch of people, and then one guy will turn out, "I think you mean Happy Holidays."
Yeah.
No, dude, screw. I don't need it. And then the people who will like you'll make a big long speech or like a tweet or something like that, and someone will just comment going, actually it's Y-O-U-R-E, not Y-O-U-R. Chill, come on, it's not the time.
I also hate when people comment on your Instagram posts and not like it.
Oh, I don't check, to be honest with you, so that probably does happen to me a lot.
It pisses me off a little bit.
Moving on, next question. What celebrity would you want to have your back during a bar fight? I have a very easy answer for this.
Cool.
Julian Edelman. That's mine.
I want The Rock. Are you kidding? I get The Rock as my back. Oh, that'd be fun.
Actually, no, mine would probably be Gronk. But like not current Gronk,
Yeah, 'cause
because
he
he's
lost
lost so much weight.
PD.
Like last year Gronk.
Hmm.
Or any of the Gronk family. Because I feel like they're just crazy. So
And
they would just kind of like, especially Chris Gronkowski, especially like if he would have my back in a fight.
I am Sam ruined the relationship with Chris Gronkowski on the Instagram. He sent more messages to him. I will send you guys screenshots after. It's bad.
Cut this part out because we should talk about this. But
but for me, my guy, and I was kind of shocked neither of you picked him, but Conor McGregor.
oh,
I didn't think about that. That's good.
I mean, I don't really like him
Sure.
as a person, so that's probably why I didn't.
Yeah, but he's on your side in a bar
True.
fight. You're safe. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
honorable mention: Danny DeVito would be ridiculously funny. I've seen him shoot enough fake guns and Always Funny to love him just going, "Ah, shit," and he's going around. Maybe I'm gonna whip this bitch right in the face, something. Or Trent Brown, because he could sit on everybody and it'd be over.
Trent Brown. We love Trent Brown.
All right, next question. One thing that you could have for free for the rest of your life.
Tickets
Oh.
to sports games.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think. You go, Jeremy.
Okay, so I thought of a good answer and kind of a cheating answer. My cheating answer is loans. If I could get any amount of loan and get it for free,
Oh yeah.
I have unlimited money.
So just money.
But it has to be one thing for free. I can't get money for free. I can get loans for free, though. But if I had to really choose something for free, see, if I was thinking in the here and now, it'd probably be hats. But in the long term, that's not necessarily feasible. So I would say any electronic device. If I could get that for free.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Rafael Devers hits a 2-run home run in the top of the 8th. Let's go.
Not an all-star though.
It's his fourth hit.
Not an all-star.
All-star.
All right, Jacqueline. Jordan. What's your one thing that you get?
Any car.
Hmm.
Any car.
What about gas for the car, though?
Well, that too. That's included, obviously.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, this one is a good one. Make your own cage match. Pick 2 people.
Cage. Is that like a fight?
2 people go in. One
Okay.
person leaves. Pick 2 people that you would
Oh,
want.
God.
So how many people go in? Sorry.
2?
Enter.
I'd probably pick like 2 people that I hate. That way one doesn't come back.
Jacob, one of mine, guaranteed. Don't even have to
Who's-
think about it.
Who's one of yours?
Jacob.
Wouldn't you want to do... That gets it.
Ooh, I thought of. I think you thought of what I thought. Text me.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Who do I want to see Jacob get his ponytail ripped off from?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, Jordan, that is correct.
Yeah.
I
was thinking more. Do they have to be alive?
No.
Actually,
you want to see Hitler fight someone?
No.
I want to revive Hitler just to see him get in a cage.
That's not good. Just goes into the cage.
Hitler versus Stalin in a cage match.
Oh my god.
Stalin. Good old Joey Stalin. For me, I would love to see Stephen A go at it with the Knicks owner.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be so much fun.
That's funny.
I didn't think this question through enough, so I don't really know. But that's a really good answer. I like that.
I would love to see that. That'd be hilarious.
Joe Kelly versus any Yankee.
Joe Kelly versus Tyler Austin. Just to see that fight again.
No, I'd love to see what's his name? So Conor McGregor was at the Cowboys game, so I'm gonna put him in a cage match with that Eagles fan that yells a lot on Twitter. I don't know if you remember. Jordan has
EDP. EDP.
Yeah, that dude.
Good evening, Twitter. I can't even say that. I can't say the whole thing.
Let's see. Next question. One historical figure gets Twitter. Who would it be for you?
Oh.
I really like it when people put old baseball players and like tweet with old. I think that's funny.
You gonna say Pud Galvin, Jacqueline? You gonna say Pud Galvin?
No, I'm not gonna say Pud Galvin.
Pud Galvin would be a nice one though.
It would be. Trying to think. Having a Twitter?
Yeah.
You have to be somebody who's out there.
I know. That's why I'm.
Part of me feels like an live tweeting like Trump is, and you could really tell when it was about to get going. You could shut it down immediately. That wouldn't be bad.
I honestly feel like Kurt Cobain would have been an interesting follow when he was alive.
See, I was thinking Charlie Chaplin, a silent actor who tweets.
that would be the biggest crock of irony. Jeez, who else?
I can't think of anyone.
Stephen Hawking on Twitter.
Oh. Okay. Wasn't he on Twitter?
I don't know.
I feel kind of uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable looking that up.
I'm looking it up.
I'm also looking it up.
Okay, you guys go.
No, he didn't have Twitter. Unless it got deactivated.
His foundation has a Twitter.
How does it only have 3,200 followers?
It's his foundation.
I'd also like if Benedict Arnold got Twitter. What's up, guys? Crossing over to Britain's side.
Paul Revere just dropped the British are coming into a tweet. Hashtag revolution.
400,000 retweets.
That's funny.
Who else? Who else would be a good follow on Twitter that's historical?
I feel like Alexander Hamilton would have been a good one because he was just kind of an asshole and like he was like the person. He always wrote stuff down and he literally exposed himself having an affair so that like no one would accuse him of stealing money. So like I feel like his Twitter would just be problematic and it would be really funny.
Also, Snowden on Twitter would kind of be interesting. Now I'm just thinking of villains at this point. Jordan, you got one or no? Or did you already say yours?
I dropped a few of them. I said
Cobain. You said Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. I said Paul Revere. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, but can we move on to the last question we got here?
Yeah.
I think these have been pretty good. I don't know how I'm going to top this by finding more of these, but it's still funny. Who would you send to make first contact with the aliens?
Oh.
I got one. So I'm going to let you guys go because I really want to finish this off.
All right. Jacqueline.
Make first. I'm still thinking. He was just like a very likable person.
I don't know if I want a likable person going up there.
I feel like you'd want a likable person.
I think it'd be funnier if it wasn't.
Yeah, but like, who would you send?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think.
I don't know why Eddie Murphy just came to mind.
He's a character.
So maybe him, I guess. Oh God. I guess I'll have to put Eddie Murphy because he was the first person I thought of.
Griffin Holt.
Oh no.
Kidding. I don't know.
I would save him.
This is
Definitely
so precious.
Save that kid. Yeah. Jeez. I don't know.
Mine was Eddie Murphy, so really whatever celebrity pops into your head.
Honestly, when Jeremy brought up aliens, I was thinking of that Drake and Josh episode where they were trying to trick Megan into thinking they were aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe Josh Peck.
Oh,
He goes up there, it's a real alien! So maybe Josh Peck. I don't know.
All right, ready? I got this hands down. All right. Aliens capture this individual in a UFO. It comes up, beams through, and he goes, "What is it?" And all you hear from it is, Peter Griffin would be the first person I would send.
No. He wouldn't make the laugh. He'd say, "No dentist appointment for this guy."
No, he comes up, he's like, so this is a twofold win-win here. A, if these guys are just looking and trying to have a good time, that'll make them laugh. B, if they get mad and try and conquer us, they'll underestimate us because they think all of us have the intelligence of Peter Griffin. It's a win. I just imagine, that'd be so funny. Aliens come up and all you see is a hologram of Peter Griffin. Smoke break.
really any character from Family Guy. You can put Quagmire up there.
Are there any holes in you guys? Ooh, giggity, go. Goes away.
Cleveland? No. Or Joe. Poor Joe.
Oh Lordy.
Oh man. Is that the last question?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I got, unfortunately.
All right, cool. My laptop's at 18% anyway.
All right.
So we're running low. Any last thoughts before we close it out? What?
No.
no, besides the Red Sox suck, and I hate that I'm a fan of them currently.
Well, they're up 10-3.
You made that bet, Jack. Well, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm just mad that I made that bet.
Wasn't you just to wear a Yankees jersey around Boston for a day?
And a hat.
It's a day.
A hat?
Huh?
Or jersey and hat, or just?
Oh my gosh, wait, Jeremy, I totally forgot to tell you this. So I should have saved this for you, but the day that I went to the Yankees game, they were giving out free hats. And I can try and take it back from Joey's because I'm going to New Jersey this week. So I can try and take it back, but I figured you'd want like a...
No, okay, so real talk, I have the California Angels and the Montreal Expos now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to get a Yankees hat, and I feel like I built myself a solid buffer with these other two just because I hate them that much. If I have a complete collection, of which I don't even know if I want to collect anymore because the logos I have left just suck. I have to look at the teams that I still have to get are the Indians, which I kind of want. The Indians and Twins I kind of want, but not really.
I have an Indians hat.
Angels, Rangers, which I have the California Angels, so I guess that kind of counts.
Yeah.
Cubs, Pirates, Cardinals, and Reds, all their logos blow. And the Dodgers, I don't have.
Yeah, but why would you want a Dodgers hat?
I don't know, because I am fast becoming a bigger fan of the Colorado Rockies. I am now, I think, starting to convert over to a Rockies fan, although I do love all the versatility on LA.
Oh yeah, you were also a Dodgers fan.
Dodgers supporter. I won't go that far. The only teams that I will say I'm legitimate fans of outside of Boston are Vikings and Sharks.
Okay.
All right, and that's it. Oh, and now that I shouldn't have said that's it. The Sharks released their schedule with an audio playlist. I don't know if you guys saw this. Yes, no, maybe.
I did. I did. They have
a song for every single game of the season.
That's cool.
So the first game of the year is at Vegas.
Oh, it's 4 minutes and
the song is The Kill. The second game is against Vegas and it's 4 minutes. Let's see. Calgary's We Didn't Start the Fire. Boston, Whitney Houston's Didn't We Almost Have It All? That kind of hurt, but it was pretty good.
kind of a chirp at both of them too.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Well, there was another good one. Oh, the Maple Leafs. They went to Welcome to the 60s. I thought they were good.
When was the last time they won a ring again? 67 or was it 69?
I don't even remember.
1969. I think summer of '69 would have been a nice song for
The other
more reasons than one.
The other Boston game was the Cheers theme, where everybody knows your name. If you guys know that one. Colorado's like.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
And geez, I don't even remember the where.
And you're always glad you came.
Yeah, it was 67.
You wanna be where you want to see. Your troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Do 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 do.
I like
that.
Nice.
There was another funny one. I can't find it right now, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed the Sharks playlist, and they released the playlist on Spotify, so I was kind of listening.
That's cool.
It was pretty good.
A lot of NFL teams did that this year, where they did like a cool way to announce a schedule.
The other thing was, If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher.
Turn back time. These are some bobs too.
To the good old days. Is that not the song?
That's a 21 Pilots song.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And it's called Stressed Out.
Rangers was the Power Rangers theme.
That's funny.
St. Louis is I'm Still Standing.
Power Rangers.
That's kind of unfortunate.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
All right, yeah, I think that's it. I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Looking at it. There's the DuckTales theme. That's I guess the one.
DuckTales.
Yeah, and there's a Baby Shark Edmonton remix for the stuff. All right, I'm done now. Sorry, I just had to bring that up because it was funny. The didn't we almost have it all one killed me.
That's funny.
Yeah, it hurts.
I'm like, it works now. It's just funny.
Yeah. So that'll do it for this edition of the Massholes with Mike's podcast. I'm Jordan Leandry for Jacqueline Galvin and Jeremy Guerin. Have a great rest of your night, guys.
Tune in next week to see if Jordan gets a lighter background so we can actually see his face.
Dun 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 da 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 da. This has been Massholes with Mike's. Ba-bam!